I cannot do research without seeing the power inequality,
Mm.
all of that. I just cannot do research like that. When I started doing more evaluation, more program evaluation here in Chicago, truly working with the communities and the nonprofits, I felt more at ease and more like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because it was at that moment when you're closer to the community that you have to put those ideas into practice. That it's not only talking about in school, in the classroom, how culturally responsive you are or you want to be, or how things affect everyone or not affect whatever. It's actually seeing the faces of people and being involved in their development of these programs and seeing the dynamics with the community, with the nonprofits, with the evaluator, and being a responsive evaluator for me. And also, I think there's a push through the evaluation field for now years of being responsive, of being not that evaluator that comes into a community and just starts saying what it needs to be done and how things should be, but rather be the facilitator of many of these processes that need to be optimized, I guess, a good word. But that experience also, just in another way, more than activism, all that, it truly opened my eye to the way that me as a worker, like my actual work, can also be based on equity, diversity, inclusion, based on theories that are sensible, that are responsive to the communities. So right now, the work that I do involves several things, but of course, I do a lot of data collection and data analysis and all of that, but always through the eyes of being culturally responsive. My job, more than being just a researcher, was truly to get people thinking about the little things that they're not taking into account. One of the things that cultural responsive evaluation teaches is to be responsive through the whole, okay, since the beginning of planning the evaluation through dissemination, everything has to involve the community and has to involve the people who are being affected by it. My evaluation practice became more intentional when it came to being responsive to the community. It was like, now I'm not only thinking about, I'm gonna do a cool topic on a cool idea, a radical idea, and I'll call it a day. No, I don't think like that anymore. I don't feel like I can do research like that anymore. I really need to think about, okay, if I'm going to do an evaluation of this program that is a small program that is working with 30, 50 people, that they're reaching the community and there is a specific thing. How do I serve them the best with the knowledge that I have and that I have cultivated through the years? And how do I bring myself as the tool as well, seeing that I have the privilege to have all this knowledge and that I can do a lot of things with it and I don't have to be imposing anyone anything as well. Yeah, it really speaks to the whole experience of evaluation. Like if I go and do some focus groups, for example, I feel like need to know who I'm speaking with. I need to know the context. I need to understand who the people are, especially because I do a lot of work with Spanish speaking communities. And people sometimes forget that there are 13 Latin American countries. They
Mm.
all speak it differently and they all way of saying things and their own.
Mhm.
And I'm coming from the Caribbean. If people don't know, with Spanish, Caribbean Spanish is pretty much like Jamaican English. We have a history that has created I myself call it beautiful way of speaking, but it's different than, for example, Mexican Spanish. And I have to be really aware of that all the time when I'm working with communities, Latino communities that are not Puerto Rican, for example.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not directly related to the community, I still need to do my work and be really conscious of the context, the history of the place, of the people, and be open to do. I feel like I always say this, and some people look at me weird, but be open to do some extra work of getting to know the people
Yes.
outside the research. I'm doing a research here in Maywood, where I work, and I love the idea of doing research in my own town, the town that I live. I'm new to this place, to this little town, so I'm trying to figure out how do I get involved not only with this specific project, which I will get to know a lot of people, but how do I get the sense of the community all about? And I felt I need to get out there. You need to get to talk to people. So I went to, oh, let's go to the day that they are gardening, oh, like putting like new flowers and flower beds all over the town. It was like a whole activity from the municipal to trying to do different stuff like that. And a sense of just speaking to, I remember this lady that's been here since the 90s. She's born and raised in Maywood, and she gave me such a interesting view and context of the development of the town that I would have gotten from just working at research. So I always feel like if you want to be a really good researcher, you have to be willing to get out there as well.
Get outside and meet the people.